tired of them putting frickin' chemicals in the water that are turning your insides into microplastics. Yeah, that's a thing that's happening right now. Okay, I'm not going to be that hyperbolic. I'm not going to be that worked up, but I want to talk about microplastics. They're literally everywhere, and they're wreaking havoc on your system. So the more you know, the better equipped you can be with trying to, fend this stuff off. Or at least I'm hoping, okay? Since being developed, plastic has been part of nearly every facet of your daily life. Imagine life without plastic. Well, really, a lot of things would have to change. Our food packaging is made of plastic, clothes, flooring, upholstery, face masks, and fuzzy blankets. Yes, it's everywhere. Staggering amount of plastic also enters the environment as people dispose of single-use products such as water bottles, personal care products, and grocery bags. Plastic grocery bags. Oh my god. Yeah, it's all tragic, and we need to, let's start worrying about our single-use plastics and all that goofy stuff. But whatever. But what about when they're not properly disposed of? Okay? Because if they're being properly disposed of, this isn't a problem. But if they work their way into, the ocean and all that kind of goofy stuff and they're not properly filtered out, then you got a problem. Clothing made with synthetic plastic fibers, designed to stretch and breathe, releases microfibers into the water supply. And each time a plastic product is damaged, scraped, or abraded, it releases microparticles into the air. In the United States, for example, car tires, brakes, and road surfaces contain plastics. And the friction of the tires on the road and the brake that causes the plastics to be released into the air. There are just a few ways that the plastic particles may be ingested or inhaled. Well, you likely don't experience a direct effect every day. Plastics are quite literally choking our ecosystem. Oh my gosh. Once airborne, plastics may stray to the atmosphere for up to 6.5 days, just about a week, and under the right conditions may travel between continents. Yeah, if they hop into the jet stream. That's just weather though, not specific to microparticles when it comes to plastics. The amount of plastic that enters the environment grows each year as manufacturers continue to produce products in disposable containers, and consumers. Yeah, let's just get to the meat of this. I don't need to be tree hugging any harder than that. Scientists have been collecting data on how plastics affect the environment, wildlife, and human health. However, a November 2021 paper suggests that why past data on human health haven't been consistent. Past research has highlighted the impact of plastic pollution and microplastics on the environment and the wildlife. Data has the implications on human health and suggested there is emerging evidence that microplastics are toxic and increase oxidative stress and inflammation. However, many studies have drawn an association between microplastic consumption or inhalation and disease, and instead identify research gaps and recommend further study. There we go. More study, more gooder. 2021 lab data published in the Journal of Hazardous Material was the first to find microplastic damage human cells at the level relevant to the number of particle human ingest. The study found that microplastics trigger cell death and allergic reaction. The study was a meta-regression analysis of the toxicological impact that microplastics have on human cells. The scientists analyzed 17 studies comparing the level of microplastics that cause cell damage and consumed through water, seafood, and table salt. Evangelios Danopoulos from Hull York Medical School in the United Kingdom, sounds like a Greek fellow, had commented on the results. Harmful effects on cells in many of the cases are initiated in the event for health effects. We should be concerned right now. There is really a way to protect ourselves. Okay, is it wear a mask everywhere? I don't think so. Once the plastic is in the environment, we really can't get it out. But what about with a little tiny strainer? Research on plastics, is exploding, and for good reason. We are exposed to these particles every day. Yeah, literally. We're eating them, we're inhaling them, not by choice, not on purpose. And we don't really know how they react to their bodies once they're in there. Well, actually, we kind of do, or at least we have a general idea of it. Researchers looked at 5 biological endpoints, including cytotoxicity, immune response, oxidative stress, barrier attributes, and genotoxicity. In the 17 studies evaluated, only genotoxicity didn't meet the endpoint measurement. All right, but the other ones sound bad. Additionally, the researchers found that it irregularly shaped microplastics that cause cell damage and not the spherical microplastics that are normally used in laboratory experiments. This suggests that past laboratory research using spherical microplastics might not fully represent the damage microplastics cause to human health. Yeah, because if they're little jagged remnants that you end up inhaling or consuming through other methods, then they could be tearing things up. I don't quite know, but then again, it doesn't really look like the scientists know either. So we eat them, breathe them, drink them, inject them. I don't know. So this is Steve Allen. Not that Steve Allen. Okay, he's a microplastic researcher. What he had to say on the results of this article. Okay, this work helps inform where research should be looking to find real-world effects. It was interesting. The shape was so important to toxicity. It confirms that many plastic pollution researchers believed would be happening with pristine spheres used in lab experiments may not be showing the real-world effects. Unfortunately, the ubiquitous nature of plastics in the environment has meant that globally, most, if not all, people have been exposed to and have ingested or inhaled microplastic particles. Yeah, except for like that one remote tribe that's out there in the middle of the ocean. Outside of them, well, and even them, because, you know, jet streams and all that other stuff, literally everything on Earth probably has microplastics running through their veins, brother. A study published in late 2020 found microplastics in the snow and water samples of Mount Everest. Yeah, and I think I've probably seen another study that also had it embedded in the ice in the Antarctic. It's everywhere, okay? 2017, The Guardian published results of the investigation by Orb Media, which revealed 83% of the samples of tap water collected in more than a dozen nations contained plastic fibers. The United States had the highest rate of contamination in the study. Do better. So you can absorb plastic through your skin thanks to your clothes. Oh, right. In 2017, we examined, 159 samples of tap water collected. Why are we talking about tap water? I want to hear about clothes. From 14 different countries, 88% of those samples showed evidence of microplastic contamination with an average of 5.5 particles per liter. Almost all, 98% of those particles were microfibers, which suggests that the air is the primary source of contamination. One study reported to National Geographic found that 90% of table salts contained microplastics, and The Guardian reported, again, we aren't exactly using the most unbiased sources, but again, if the science is good, reported that research by Mason found Americans could be ingesting 660 particles of microplastics every year. Is that really all that much? And consume 2,300, run it back a third time, milligrams of salt each day. Well, depends, if you eat a standard American diet, but who would want to do something so stupid? Takeout food containers don't eat takeout, so wouldn't consume that much salt. Anyways, are another source of ingesting microplastics. One study published in 2020 found microplastics in different types of takeout containers, and the highest level. I want to know about this clothes, though. I don't care. We all know about BPA and all that other goofy stuff as well, and how bad that is. BPA is an endocrine disruptor that mimics human hormones and can be absorbed through the skin. Here we go. Early life exposure can lead to a risk of developing disease, like, yes, pinhead disease. When the CEH tested socks, they found BPA only in those that were made with polyester and spandex. The initiated litigation against Adidas, Champion, Gap, Hanes, New Balance, and Reebok. Ooh, thank God. Oh no, wait. Some of my socks are Champion. Damn it. I'm stupid. With the intent of forcing the apparel sector to remove the toxic substance from socks. So your socks could be killing you. More at 11. God, that sounds like a late night news headline. Plastic ingestion starts at an early age. Yeah, if it's literally in the air, who could have possibly thought that? COVID-related medical waste intensifies problems. Single-use medical plastic items like disposable face masks over and over again. Tell me more about this very obvious thing that's happening. The DARPA program. DARPA wants military plastic wastes transformed to food. Obviously, why wouldn't DARPA want in on this? Currently, there isn't enough plastic pollution in the food supply, so the Defense Advanced Research Project Agency awarded Iowa State University and its partners a $2.7 million grant to create a process that would make food from plastic and paper waste. What? Why would you want to make plastic food? Don't you have enough Play-Doh that's kicking around? The intention to use the product to feed the military men and women have dedicated their lives to defending the country. They believe the ability to turn paper and plastic waste products into a consumables could help in the short-term nourishment and improve military logistics for extended missions. What? They estimate the total funding could reach 7.8 million products before the project ends. It's something that I talk about a lot on the main channel, but it's just that overarching feeling that your government's trying to march you towards, eat the bugs, live in the pod, wear the gray jumpsuits. But it's even worse than just eating the bugs. It's eat the plastic bugs. What is going on? DARPA also awarded Michigan Tech researchers $7.2 million to turn plastic waste into protein powder and lubricants. Okay, Batelli, a large research firm, announced in February of 2021 that DARPA had awarded an undisclosed amount to create a process that quickly converts energy-dense waste into a useful substance to support expeditionary operations and stabilization missions. What is going on? DARPA wants to turn plastics that leach hazardous chemicals, which researchers have found threaten human health and foodstuffs in the U.S. military. However, in the era where fake meat is valued over regeneratively and biodynamically grown real meat, it doesn't take much to imagine that the next step could be plastic food for all. It always starts in the military. Who leads all of the innovation that's out there? How many decades before they were available for consumer use were high definition televisions available? Different surveillance technology that's out there. The military is on the cutting edge of this stuff. So I didn't realize that this video would take such a weird turn as to the military starting to create plastic food, but we're here now. Polly Pocket is going to become canon for the population at large. Isn't that a fun thinking topic to knock around your dome heading into the weekend? But with that said, I thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it and keep those plastics out of your system. Take care, everyone.